Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel, my daily vlog. So whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see. And what we're gonna see is me stuck at home on a couch or in bed for a few days. Yesterday I had a little trip to the emergency room. Yeah, that's no fun. Yeah, so I'm doing better today, but let's talk about what happened and why I'm gonna be laid out for a few days. So yesterday I woke up and I'm like, okay, I'm awake, you know, another day, yay! And I go to sit up and like I'm feeling a little stiff. So I'm like, oh no, I'm, you know, like it's gonna be a stiff day. So then I go and I walk across my apartment and then like I go to use the restroom and I feel like I'm gonna faint. I'm in so much pain that I have to like roll myself onto the floor, and then I got stuck. I couldn't get off the floor. My back hurt so much I could not right myself. It's terrifying. Living on your own and being stuck on the floor is absolutely terrifying. I honestly, I was like, well, this is a predicament. What do I do? But because I live alone, I have a habit of like, I always have my cell phone nearby. Because, like, for exactly this reason. And, you know, I thought I was just like being hyper vigilant about it. Like this kind of thing hasn't really happened, and you know, so I was like, maybe I'm overdoing it, whatever. And then the time it happened, I am so glad that I was doing that. I always have my cell phone nearby when I'm home for exactly this reason, because like, what if you get stuck somewhere? What if something happens and you have to call for help and you can't get to your cell phone, right? So I had my cell phone in hand, and I was able to call for EMS. I heard them ringing all the buzzers, and none of my neighbors were home to let them in. And I kept hearing all the buzzers and the buzzers and the buzzers, and I realized that nobody was around to let them in. And I was able to like slither on my back like a worm or a snake and make it to where the buzzer button is, and I had an umbrella that I keep next to the door. I was able to take the umbrella and like hit the buzzer button so that I could buzz them in, and I used the umbrella to unlock the door and they were able to get in. So like, thank goodness I did that and was able to kind of like wiggle over, because if they couldn't get in, they were going to call the fire department and break the doors, and I'm like, I don't want them to break the doors to my apartment complex. That would be really bad. But the umbrella and the wiggling like a snake kind of saved me. Yeah, it's just sort of like, what do you do? And you kind of go into this survival mode. Like, how do I get myself out of this predicament? And it's challenging. It's scary. And yeah, you don't know how you're going to react until you're in that situation. But I will say I am very proud of myself for how I navigated that situation, because like, yeah, there were options. There was an option to do nothing and let, you know, the fire department come and break in. You know, I did the best that I could, you know, with the situation I was at. And, you know, like I'm a child of the 80s, and I remember like seeing those commercials on TV way back when, like, I've fallen and I can't get up, and like, you think it's kind of funny as a kid to think that you can't get up, but when you're an adult and you can't get up, oh my gosh, it's really scary. So I guess the cell phone is like my life alert button, right? Like my little pendant. It's I had the cell phone on me, so I was able to get help. And EMS came, and I went to the emergency room, and they had me like, you know, laying in a bed, and I was waiting for a while. But you know what they say, if you're waiting for a while, that means you're not that bad, because they're treating the people who are worse off than you first. So, you know, that's a situation where I do not mind the wait. It was okay. You know, I wasn't moving around, so I was was not in tremendous pain. I was just uncomfortable. It's one of those situations where it's like, if I'm not moving, I'm okay. But if I have to move or turn or sit or like it gets painful, very, very painful. And it's the type of pain that like starts in the middle of my spine, like radiates outward. It's not shooting down my leg, but it's like going outward like a band across my back. And I can't really turn, I can't bend, like it's really bad. So they did a CT scan, like a CAT scan, and apparently I have multiple bulging discs and herniated discs in my lower back. And that is the root of the problem. I'm on light detail. I'm not allowed to lift anything more than 5 pounds. I have to consult with a specialist. Yeah. And I'm also like not so far away from a vacation, like to the point that I was concerned that this is going to disrupt it. And I asked the doctor and they said, you can probably still go because you're talking about like a beach, like laying and resting and relaxing, but you can't do the activities on the cruise. So I'm not going to be able to get on the rock wall, not going to be able to get on the bumper cars, not going to be able to do the indoor skydiving thing that I really wanted to do. But for my own health and safety, I can't do them right now. So, yeah. I'm very glad to not be stuck on the floor today. I'm feeling slightly better today than I did yesterday, but I'm still not in great shape. And I'm just gonna be taking it easy for a few days. So you're gonna have a string of home vlogs. I did finish some books, so we'll have a couple of book reviews coming up. I'll do some book reviews. I'm in the middle of another book, so depending how long it takes me to get through it, might have another book review. So definitely 2 book reviews because I did finish my best friend's exorcism, or the exorcism of my best friend. I keep saying it backwards. I did finish that and I didn't do the book review yet, so I should do the book review for that. And I did finish the Stephen King book that I was reading, The Wasteland, which is part 3 of the Dark Tower series. So we'll do a book review for that. And I'm currently reading, I think it's called Rockstar. So we'll see how far I get in that. So yeah, you know, you'll see a few book reviews coming up because I am couch bound for about a week. I'm stuck for about a week. And hopefully I'm feeling better at the end of that week and able to go on my vacation, and then you'll see some cruise videos after that. But if I'm not as mobile, if I'm not doing the active things you're used to seeing me doing, there is a reason for that. I'm taking care of myself. The doctor at the ER was like, when you walk, take little tiny steps, do the little waddle side to side thing if you have to. Like sitting and standing, just take it super slowly. And then like, you know, like when you get into a car, like don't just plop in, like sit down very slowly and then turn yourself in was what she told me to do. You know, it's very strange. Like when EMS was here helping me, I was like, I'm usually so flexible. This feels so strange to have my body restricting me like this. But yeah, my body is restricting me right now. So I'm working with what I got and doing the best that I can. Trying to get some rest, you know, and taking it day by day. But I did want to give a little update. So if you do notice that I am not out and about, and I am not cooking because I can't bend to get into my cabinets right now. Yeah, it's literally like whatever I can do from the couch is what you're gonna see until I'm fully recovered. So heads up on that. Yeah, and hopefully just I get a little better each day. And that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. So with that, I'm gonna go get some rest, try to heal a little bit more. I'll see everyone real soon. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you. Bye.